What's up, world? Welcome to the latest edition of the RiOT Comedy Podcast presented by RiOT. Shout out to RiOT, natural spring water, keeping us healthy and hydrated over here.
Hydration.
Indiana, New York. What a game last night.
Should have known. Should have known. Those two were like
New York Knicks with the choke job.
We should have known that. I felt like this going into the series though that we were going to have some pretty serious games on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like not this Buck Wild, because like you're not supposed to lose those games, but like some down to the wire moments here. I didn't think that we were going to get to see Reggie Miller choke job fucking right out the gate though. Like that's incredible.
Yeah,
that's an incredible thing to get to see in game one. Like I don't even care about the Western Conference Finals anymore. Like I do, but like I don't.
I don't know if you were watching the game live whenever that shot went in, but that shot that Haliburton hitting was wild, like the Kawhi shot.
Yeah, so like I'm like an old timer now, right? The way I'm watching these games, I'm just like listening to them in sound on low in like the corner of my kid's bedroom because he just got a big boy bed and I have to stay in there until he falls asleep. So I've just been like old school style, like hunkering in the corner with the radio, being like, and I can't be loud because I'm trying to make him go to sleep. I'm just like, bah. So like that's how I had to enjoy the game last night, was with no loud noises and basically on the radio. But so I was kind of watching it live. I was hearing it live as if I was blind. I saw it as if I was blind. And it was crazy, dude. I loved every minute of it. And then also, like, I also noticed when my phone starts going off that, like, you and Dylan are texting me being like, wah. So there's always those times, too, where if I'm not watching it, I know something crazy's happening because my phone's like ping, 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 ping. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm missing good shit. So, but boy, howdy, man. Like, here's my question for you is, like, the Knicks look like the better team for basically the whole game. Like, are the Knicks the better team? Like, not even, like, to go shell-shocking, like, the Knicks can't win now when we both picked them in the playoff series. I think we both think that they're going to win, but is this a problem? Do they have a problem on their hands with the Indiana Pacers?
They have a big problem on their hands. I think any time you blow a lead, especially whenever you got, an 8 or 9 point lead with 40 seconds left, that's a big problem if you blow that lead. Any time, that's a problem. And it's a really big problem whenever not only did you blow that lead, but Indiana has overcome a lead like that 3 times in this year's playoffs alone. So
there's only been 4 games in playoff history to ever do it, apparently, and 3 of them belong to the Pacers in the last fucking 30 days.
Right.
Which is awesome.
So, yeah, incredible, amazing, entertaining. I'm here for all of it. But yeah, the Knicks are in trouble. If you
is there
where every game is so monumental, and you only got its first to 4. So if you slip up once,
when you should win, like that, that's troublesome because when like if you have to go to a knockdown drag out 7-game series, like now you basically have to win 5 games. Now right. It's like you have to have the game in your hands for 5 games now instead of 4. My question to you is, like, do you think that this is going to fuck with the Knicks' psyche as far as, like, we haven't even been to an Eastern Conference Finals for 30 years. We're known as choke jobs. And then here we go, game 1 in New York. Everybody's fucking excited. Mm-hmm. And then fucking Knicks do it again. They fucking do it again. Should have fucking known. Like, is that what, or is this just going to be, or is it going to be fine? Like, I think the Knicks are fine to an extent of, like, I don't think that this is just going to fuck them up like it did Boston. Like, I don't think that they're that team.
Same. I think they're fine. I'm really not too worried about it. I think they bounce back in game 2 and take that. Game 3 will be huge back in Indiana once we get that far. Unless the Knicks, go, if they drop game 2, this shit is over. Right? They ain't bouncing back from that. It'll be over.
No, if they lose game 2, it's a wrap. Like I expect them to win game 2 by like 18 points. Like I think that they come out there beat the shit out of them. Indiana's happy to get a game on the road. They're still feeling high on themselves, so they'll probably come out and jack some shots they probably shouldn't because they're like, oh, shit, splash, motherfucker. And then shit's not quite going right, and then the Knicks just pounce. That's what I think will happen, but who knows at this point. I think it'll be fine, but like the Pacers, they're putting on quite the performance, and I do think it's time for everybody just to be like, let's accept the Pacers as a fun basketball team. Like, let's quit hating them. Let's quit talking shit on. Like, they're a fun team. Like, this is a really fun thing that we're seeing. And I think what sucks for them is...
We also have to respect them as a good team, not just a fun or entertaining team. Like, we have to respect them as a good team. Like,
well, I told you, like, since, like, January... Well, I've been saying on this podcast for a while now that, like, the reason that they've made me nervous, like, the whole playoffs, like, against the Cavs and everybody, was because since January, they're like 42-16 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they score a ton of fucking points all the time. Like, they have a great offense. And also, like, Rick Carlisle is just like, he's coached a team like this to a championship before. Like, I don't think anybody on this team's as good as Dirk. But I do think that, like, the supporting cast around Haliburton is definitely a little younger and a little bit better than the supporting cast that Dirk had on his team. But not when it comes to winning a championship, probably. So that's probably a toss-up. But I've seen him win a championship and beat teams that we thought were better than them with just a bunch of guys. Like, we can say what we want about Dirk. He's like an all-time great, but like, he's not a top 20 basketball player of all time. Like, he's not. Like, no matter what anybody wants to say, like, he's not. Like, he's arguably not even a top 3 power forward of all time. Arguably.
For sure.
And like,
you can definitely make that case.
I think it's fair to make the case. So it's one of those things where it's like, I think Rick Carlisle is going to end up doing something crazy. I don't think he's going to, but like, he has the ability to do something crazy and make this team believe themselves and like play good basketball more than the other team. Yeah. Like, that's a very, very crazy thing. And for the Knicks to drop that game knowing that like the Pacers could do this to them and like they started missing their free throws and shit, like that shit I was talking about the other day where like you get late in the game and people are like, oh shit, Jalen Brunson's got the ball. Like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, evidently the same works for the Pacers.
Right.
So this is going to be very, very interesting because it's very difficult to even game plan for these teams because it's like, you have to play your best for 48 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks played great for 46. I know everybody's like, well, they had the lead, but like the last 4 minutes, the last 40 seconds is like all they lost that game. There's small runs in the NBA all the time. They were up by 8 with 40 seconds to go. You guys outplayed them for 47 minutes and 20 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
That's how long you guys outplayed these guys. So, like, you have to outplay the other team for 48 minutes, and it's going to make for some really, really good series. But if you're the Knicks, like, yeah, the pressure's on now. You got to win. And nobody thought the Pacers would be here. Nobody thought the Pacers would win this series. So, like, if you're the Knicks, all the pressure is on you right now. And, like, if Indiana goes up 2-0 on you guys, like, they're going to ride that shit. They're going to ride that motherfucker and beat you. Like, they're going to ride that. And Tyrese Haliburton's just going to be out there having fun, smiling, dog, partying with white bitches, and y'all motherfuckers going to be at home.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he going to be having a good time still. Like, this dude's so good that they're talking about unbanning his daddy in like fucking 4 weeks. It's like, just let him watch his son. Look how good he is. Look how good he is.
We got to unban him. His boy going to be in the chip.
You got to let him watch. You got to let him watch this, dog. Like, come on now.
For sure.
Not only that, but like, what Haliburton's doing is it's just a master class, and I don't want to hear people like, because I don't want to call him a superstar yet either. That word gets thrown around, and like traditionally in the NBA, you might have 5 superstars max. Like, me personally, I think this is the most amount of superstars I think that we've had in the NBA at one time. Like, I think this is the most we've ever had. I'm not ready to put Haliburton on like the superstar level. I don't think I'm ready to put him up there with like Shea, and because like I wouldn't even know if I would consider Jalen Brunson a bona fide superstar. Like, he's teetering the line. He's teetering the line. He has the ability to get into it. But like, when you talk about bona fide superstars, we talk about cats like Steph and Giannis in their prime and shit. Like, these guys are different.
Yeah.
So, but like Haliburton, like, you take the Pacers to the finals though, dog. Like, you can call yourself whatever the fuck you want.
No doubt.
If you want to walk around and brag, talk about, like, it gets you at least 2 years. You got at least 2 years of talking shit before it's like, all right, pussy, like, you ain't been nowhere since. Like, get the fuck on with it. But like, you get like a 2-year stretch of talking shit. So I'm interested. Like, what's gonna suck for Haliburton though is he's gonna be stuck on the Pacers probably, and like, they're not the kind of team that would like lose this Eastern Conference Finals and be like, well, fuck, we should go get Giannis. Like, we have a ton of fucking young assets and a ton of picks, and as long as we can keep like one good guard and like Miles Turner on the squad, like we can probably win a championship here now. Like, they're not the type of team that would do that. So like, that's very frustrating. So like, but at the same time, we'll see what they do. Eventually gonna have to pay these guys anyway. So like, we'll see if you can. Like, these guys that are flying under the radar on your team aren't going to be flying under the radar anymore. Like, people are going to try to steal Nembhard from you and pay him more money than you're willing to pay him.
Yeah, no doubt.
And like Brandon Mathurin and like cats like this, like, they're going to pay these motherfuckers more money than you're probably willing to. So like, you might want to consider consolidating some of these things. Unless you win the championship, then you should still consider it. But like, I don't think they're going to win the championship. So it's just something that Haliburton, I would like to see him. Pacers, if you guys get this far 2 years in a row and make 2 Eastern Conference Finals in a row and fall short both times, like, it is time now to where, like, we finally made it. As the small market team, we finally drafted well enough and made a good trade with Haliburton to where, like, we have the assets in place and the key players in place where, like, we got to go get somebody and we can win a championship. Like, even if you feel that way about, like, a Kevin Durant coming in as, like, just let you know, dog, like, Haliburton has the ball in his hands and you just out here scoring. Like, that's all your job is. So, like, even somebody like that, though, like, go get something.
Yeah, that would be fire. I just don't see Indiana spending money because they don't care about winning as much as they care about being profitable.
Correct, but you don't really have man, probably getting out from that Pascal Siakam contract probably wouldn't be the worst. Like, you would if you give this, like, we'll worry about that in the offseason. Fuck that. I've got so many scenarios in my head for the Pacers because now I'm kind of rooting for the Pacers. I'm like, I kind of like this. Like,
I know I kind of found myself doing it last night too. Like, I want the Knicks to win this series because it'd be cool to see. You know, I think the Knicks are a more entertaining matchup to be in the finals. I think the Thunder are going to win that series, and I think Thunder Knicks would be the most
if
entertaining.
you're a white guy, though, dog, like, I also don't want to cheer for Indiana hard, though, because then I feel racist. Like, I'm not a Hoosier. Like, I'm not a fucking fan of, like, the Pacers.
It's not racist. It's tribal. It's okay.
It's not even, they don't even have no fucking white players on their team but TJ McConnell. But it makes me feel like they're like, oh, fucking boo the Knicks. Like, I also find myself cheering for the Knicks, dog. Like, whoever comes, like, it's going to be weird. Like, I want both of them to win. I kind of cheering for both of them. It makes watching the series pretty fun because whoever wins, it's just like, that's what I said about the Cavs-Pacers series. I'm like, when somebody gets a game winner, I'm just happy because it's just fun watch.
Yeah,
so it's like,
that's how I was last night. Whenever I saw Hallie hit that shot, I'm like, damn! Like, I was like fucking going crazy in my crib. Like, I'm just here for the entertainment of it.
Who do you want to win the championship? Like, if somebody was like, you get to pick, Trent, you're fucking important. Like, you're important enough to fucking pick the champion of the NBA. Go, pick.
Right now, I think I would pick the Thunder. Or I mean, maybe Minnesota, but I would like to see Shea win MVP and Finals MVP and see what he starts to do with his legacy and career. So that's what I would root for.
Yeah, just because, like, well, it depends what you're looking for.
The MVP hasn't won Finals MVP since 2013, and the MVP hasn't even made the Finals since 2016. So,
well, like, that would be cool. Like, it depends on what you're looking for. Like, if you just want, like, fireworks and buck wild shit, like, the Knicks winning the championship is, like, that'd be good for us for making cartoons. Like, the Knicks are good. They're good watch. Like, people like them. People like them and hate them both, so it's, like, not that bad. No, most people don't hate the Knicks as much as Knicks fans think, though, just because, like, we just don't like that you guys think you're sweet when you're not. But
we just don't like that New York City thinks they're the basketball mecca because you can't be. You can't be the mecca of basketball if your professional team is dog shit.
Correct. And also, though, like, my thing, too, is, like, Shea's the only person that you look at, like, roster-wise. Of course, things change all the time. But he's the only guy that you look at right now who's left in the playoffs where you're like, this dude could maybe get, like, 3 or 4. Like, he's good enough to where, like, you could see his trajectory being.
Totally.
Like, I would say Ant might be. I mean, if Ant gets it this year, obviously the possibility's there because he's fucking 23. So if Ant wins a championship with Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle and Mike Conley and shit, like,
watch out, everybody.
He's good enough to where, like, you can just give him some pretty good players and, like, we gonna go out here and win a fucking championship. And I think Shea's proving the same thing. Like, everybody talks about how good the Thunder is, but I don't think people realize how not good the Thunder would be if Shea didn't play there. Like, I don't think J-Dub's gonna be good enough to give you 25 a night. And, like, all these other guys pick up the slack. And, like, you guys could probably be a fringe playoff team and win 45, 46 games and get bounced out in the first round. But, like, you guys are the Rockets without Shea. That's it.
Absolutely.
Fun young team.
Absolutely. Same
Get
team.
the shit beat out of you in the first round by a more veteran team or just a better team. Or, like, and that's the thing is that, like, Shea's team doesn't show dynasty yet just because, like, I mean, J-Dub's got to he's got to take a bigger step in the postseason. Like, maybe this will be because he could. I mean, I think that he has the potential to be like the Scottie Pippen to this dude's Michael Jordan. Like, all right, now I'm good enough to where I'm getting you 21, 22 in the playoffs with 5 boards, 5 assists, and I'm playing good defense. And, like, now we're the best duo in the league when it goes to 1-2 punches, and, like, we fuck shit up here because we both are long, athletic, and play defense. Like, I think that would be something that could happen, absolutely. So I think Shea's the only guy in the playoffs left where I look at him and I'm like, the team you're currently on right now has the potential to at least repeat. And I don't think any fucking buddy else does in the postseason has the potential to repeat, probably, based on, like, the rosters and if you just ran it back.
Yeah, if you ran it back for sure. Although I would say, like, I think the actual best chance to repeat would be the Knicks just because of the fact that everyone wants to play for the champion usually. Like there's always those like mid-level guys who are like really good but not superstars who like want to come join the team.
Tibbs ain't
And I
gonna
think
play
New
him.
York just gives I
Tibbs gonna
true.
put him on the bench. You be like, you watch.
Like a motherfucker.
You be
I
watching.
just feel like from a free agency perspective, New York would be in the best position.
If you're a
But
free agent though, that's like pretty decent. But you know that you're gonna get like a 1-year deal. I ain't playing for the fucking Knicks. I'm gonna go play for Charlotte. Like like you can't. You know what I mean? Like not Charlotte, but like even if you're pretty good and like you want a big role on a championship team, a Tibbs team ain't for you because you ain't gonna get no big role. Not unless you played for him before and he trusts you. If you played for him before, then he might let you slide. Or Brunson tells him to put you in, then you might have a chance. But yeah, I mean, I do know what you mean with that, though. And you get to play in New York. It's fun here again. I do think that would be the case. I don't see Oklahoma City scooping up. Like, they had to fucking pay Hartenstein like $30 million a year.
Yeah.
To go there.
That's tough whenever you're in that kind of position as those small market teams. You always got to overpay somebody to like.
Hey, though,
find
man, if you're
that.
gonna overpay somebody, might as well be a semi-athletic fucking 7-footer, though.
No doubt.
Might as well be a guy
Like,
who's
whenever that's a guy that you really needed on your roster was like
who
a
dunks
solid body too.
when he gets
Absolutely.
when he gets the ball in the paint. I'm gonna fucking dunk it. Like that. Next to Chet, though, you had to go get somebody that you can play Chet at the 4. And your 5 doesn't
absolutely.
Pop. Like you had to do it.
Definitely.
So it's one of those things where it's like that's worth the overpay. Like the Thunder entered the market where like if we have to overpay for a perfect piece, we have to do it. And I will commend them.
See, that's the thing.
For doing it.
He's a perfect piece, and also you're not asking a lot out of this guy. He's literally your worst starter. So whenever it's like that's the piece that you're missing, it's like you can overpay a little bit for that guy to get you where you need to be. And obviously it paid off because the Thunder are the favorite to win the championship right now. And
for sure.
It's looking like the eye test, they're the best team through the playoffs so far. I mean,
correct.
You know,
well, they beat the best player in the world. They beat the best player in the world. They did that. So check that off the fucking box with a very savvy veteran team. Like those teams are not easy to knock out.
Absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
There's a chance that we see the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals if Steph is healthy.
Yeah.
And they would have got the shit
would have got
out of them.
Would have got trash. Would have got fucking wrecked.
Worse than the Timberwolves are going to, because at least the Timberwolves got some big bodies. Like that would have been a bad matchup for the Warriors, but at least you made a conference.
And the Timberwolves are younger. When you're old, when you're fucking best players on the Warriors are Steph and Jimmy, and then you got Draymond's old ass out there. Like you all cannot compete with a team like the Thunder. Y'all get run off the fucking.
Not on an every other day schedule like this.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Not on it. Like it's so like that's why the Warriors, like you see them, like they take games off, like they have to.
Yeah.
Like when they play like 3 games in 5 days, like if they win the first one, they know they need to get the best 2 out of 3 out of like these 3 games in 5 days. So the next game, they ain't gonna fucking play.
Right.
They're gonna go out there and lollygag around. And if you drop the ball through the first half and they feel like they're close and they haven't had to try that hard, then they might put the pedal on the gas. But they would get both of these motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
But like as long as you play hard in the first half, you're gonna beat them. Like that's what old teams have to do, and the Thunder don't have to do that. They're just gonna go out there and fucking win. Like, cause like fuck this, we'll just end this series quick. So that's gonna be like I think the Western Conference Finals, like unfortunately for Ant, like you just don't have the arsenal to take these guys on. Like you just don't have the players necessary to do it. And it's not a knock on your players. That roster is actually pretty solid. Like when you throw in Julius Randle and Naz Reid and Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert being like, if Rudy Gobert is like your 5th best player, 6th best player, like your team doesn't suck at the end of the day.
For sure.
So like, but it's not enough, dog. It's not going to be enough because unfortunately, like you guys will just lose a ton of the matchup battles, like a bunch of them.
Yeah. That's the thing is like every single player on their team is just like a little bit better. Like Shea's better than Ant, not by a wide margin, but like he's better.
He is.
You know, and it's
J-Dub's
like so their best player is better. I was just going to say J-Dub is better than whoever their second best player is.
I wouldn't say he's better than Julius Randle. I don't know about that yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then when you get to like Hartenstein and Lou Dort and the other Jalen Williams, then you get to Alex Caruso, and then you get to these guys. Now shit starts getting real fucking murky. Shit starts getting real fucking murky for everybody. So it's gonna. By the way, shout out Caruso might get his 2nd championship.
Yeah, and be a pivotal piece on
pivotal
those
piece
teams.
In 2 championship teams. Did he start for the Lakers on their championship? He did, right? No,
I don't think so.
KCP started.
Yeah, it was KCP and Rondo was the starting backcourt,
and then LeBron, and then AD,
LeBron,
and then
AD,
Dwight. or JaVale,
Yeah, I think
depending on like who they were
sometimes they
playing.
started Dwight, sometimes they started JaVale. Yeah, but it was
That's what I
always.
thought.
But
Then
yeah,
who
but
was
yeah.
their
Either
bench?
way, Dwight,
Like
Dwight
Alex,
running fucking power forward.
who was their bench? Like Alex Caruso. Who else was good on their bench? Were they out there playing like shitty cats like fucking Mike Dunleavy and shit? I don't even remember. I
Nah,
mean,
I think it
Jared
was
Dudley.
like Jared Dudley was on the team. I don't think he
No
was
way.
playing
No
though.
fucking
But
way he was playing.
who else? Kyle Kuzma was on the squad.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your bench players were basically Kuzma, Caruso, and
And then
Dwight
Dwight
or
or
JaVale,
JaVale.
depending on whichever one
Oh,
started. Yeah,
that's good. That's solid. That's a solid squad.
yeah. You only play 8 players in the playoffs anyway, so those are your guys
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
solid. That's solid 8-man rotation all day long. Not even mad at that, Doug. That's pretty fucking
Kick the
good.
shit out of everyone. That team was fucking stacked,
That
man.
team is
That
good.
2020 Lakers team was fucking good.
Yeah, it's a
Fucking real
shame how
good.
underrated they are because they're super good.
Out of the last 7 teams that have won the championship, it's all been a different team. The Lakers were the best by far. That 2020 Lakers team kicked the shit out of all 6 of those other teams in the last 7 years by a fucking lot.
Okay, yeah. But like that's the thing though, is that like the only like yeah, they would destroy these playoff teams. Like I don't think they would destroy the Thunder. That's going to be a tough chore. But
I think they'd kick the
I
shit
think
out
they
of
would
them.
even beat the Thunder. I think they'd beat them. Which is the crazy
I
thing.
think they would kick the shit out of the Thunder.
They
I
don't
think
get
it wouldn't
no
even be
way.
a close series.
No way.
Kick the shit out of them.
Shea's too good.
Kick the shit out of them.
He's a model of you can't. I told you this last night. You cannot beat the shit out of a team where the main guy gets you 30 points consistently every single night and shoots 50% from the floor, and then everybody else on the team scores 13, 14 points.
You can do it when your team is that much better. I mean, we still had LeBron 2020 LeBron was probably the best player in the league still.
Arguable though.
And then your next best player is Anthony Davis. Like
I know, but this
shit
Thunder
is
team,
over.
like,
Shit
I
is
do
over.
think that
Shit is over.
But this Thunder team is special in the sense of like, but like the Lakers' athleticism wouldn't throw them off. Like you're not going to outrun these guys. You're not going to be bigger than them.
This Thunder team is kind of special, but that Lakers team was special to where, like, from the very first night of the season, we all watched the Lakers play and say, this shit is over. They're going to win the championship. They look like the best team on opening night. They look like the best team through the whole season. They look like nobody had a chance at competing with them, and they didn't.
We might see it with the Thunder. We might. They might. I mean, I know they went to 7 games with Denver, but like they win 68 games. They plow their way through the playoffs, win like
they're super good. But I just felt like there was a glaring difference in, like,
I agree.
The way that they looked versus other
I think
teams.
the Lakers would win, but like nobody beating the shit out of dude. I'm getting so high on Shea now to where it's just like you can't beat the shit out of Shea anymore. Like those days are gone. Like I'm here, fucking. I'm in charge. Like he's like that prostitute in Hustle and Flow, dog. That skanky white.
Anyone can get the shit beat out of them if you're playing a team that's way better than you.
I don't think they're way better, dog. Like I don't think Kyle Kuzma's awesome. I don't think a young Alex Caruso's like.
We're not
awesome.
talking about Kyle Kuzma. We're talking about our starters. Like compare Kyle Kuzma to the 9th best player on the fucking Thunder. That's who you're comparing Kyle Kuzma to.
But that's how the Thunder win. Is their top 9 guys can all play defense for the most part, and we're all pretty athletic, and we fucking get out here and grind. Like you got to play 48 minutes. That's the thing. So I think that we could also have a situation on our hands when LeBron's not in the game. They staggered Rondo and LeBron in those series though. So like that's a tough one too. Like I'm not saying the Lakers. I think the Lakers would also win. I just don't think you're gonna beat the shit out of them. Like that's 6-7 game series all day long, dog. Because like we all know LeBron's gonna lose game 1.
Sometimes 6 games is getting the shit beat out of you, depending on how the games go. Sometimes that's an ass whooping.
But like LeBron's gonna give you game 1 right out the gate. That's a fact. That's for you. That's anybody who wants a game 1 against LeBron James. They're for you. We all know that. I'm gonna play my way into this series, and by them the young guns then took 2. And then the Lakers got to go get the rest back, which I think they do. But like, you ain't beating. They don't even matter. We're on the same. We agree. Just the amount of games. But I think that's it for us, dog. We detailed some shit. We both got OKC tonight. We didn't go too much into that series for real. But like,
we'll give you all the analysis on it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll holla at you.
Game. All right, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Stay up, everyone.
Peace.